William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... what manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that Skal. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed. A surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
I cannot enter.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah, it's my turn!
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the secret of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite!
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice?
Insult me again and I'll put an end to your misery.
All right, all right.
Yes. Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let's...
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fuck me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate.
Thank you, nurse.
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second...
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office is...
I would like to ask... And Miss...
I gave him a...
If...
sec...
What?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought...
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant...
Thank you, nurse. Good evening.
I've already heard.
That's quite a...
You can call me...
I'm not sure...
Well, I'm no...
You have a...
No need to explain, Dr. Reed.
I'd like to see...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed.
Good evening.
So it is true.
Do we know...
Actually, yes.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember.
He was also...
What is the...
This hop... What's up? Don't...
Tell me...
No,
You...
I'll go even further.
What is the...
This hospital...
It's more...
Don't be... What's up?
What is this? It's...
Don't... What's up?
No.
Don't...
Tell
No,
me... You...
I'll...
Goodbye, Doctor.
Dr. Swansea...
Did he really?
All men...
I see.
You must...
How are...
Not... So...
Do you think...
We are...
I'm not...
Brilliant.
Most...
It would be...
Is...
Well...
Why should he...
I guess it...
Nurse Brand.
No.
Goodbye, nurse. Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, nurse.
Good-
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Well,
How would you...
it's...
How...
Well,
You...
well,
You'd be so... How is...
not well.
Why is...
Milton's not...
Why...
I don't...
Goodbye, Nurse Hall. It's locked.
Not now.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water. William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now. I'm to stay here until my research is complete. I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood? Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I—
I'm so sorry,
A crisis, you said.
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted.
Sorry.
Some of the patients won't
I may have a solution. In France,
However do you mean?
if combined correctly,
The storeroom.
Perhaps I should look
It's the large...
the abandoned morgue behind the hospital.
Yes, Doc... It really...
Please.
It's the large...
What?
At
Lack of...
London Street.
You're...
We st...
That's all for now.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
Good evening, miss.
Your name has no meaning to me.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for?
You keep calling me mortal.
Well, Dr. Reed.
And why do you believe...
I don't need to believe anything.
Please.
I can...
I see.
Never.
It's a mental...
Delusional, you say? Oh,
I'm assuming you must be a patient.
it's only a cover.
This...
I'm not...
I see.
Thank you, more...
Who are you?
Is that not enough?
I'm curious to...
No, it's such a long...
I'll leave you.
Fear and disgust on...
So many deaths.
Good evening.
Unless you...
I'm Doc...
You guessed right.
How is it?
Oh, it's...
Can I ask...
It's the pain.
Can I...
Nurse.
Who?
Nobody.
You don't see...
My face.
How...
To wait for her next...
Aren't you afraid?
She's quite...
So do you let her...
And why not?
She could dis...
Then it's a... In her mad...
How...
To wait.
Aren't you
She's quite...
Where... No, if...
You were not...
Goodbye for now.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily...
Good evening, Nurse Hawk.
Good evening, Doc.
Not...
What? Goodbye, Nurse Hawk.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
Good evening, Mr.
Dr. Reed?
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory.
You remain...
Thank you. I have...
What?
With... I'm... What is it?
As the... Do you know...
Tom!
People are still in dis...
How could it be?
Who should I avoid?
Not really.
What do you...
I'm a...
What? That's... Are you a pre...
Not at all, Doctor.
Why didn't you use...
That's a very...
You're... You... Goodbye, Mr. Hammond.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
It's locked.
I could be sick again.
The daily routine.
Blood oil with the fever.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening.
Good... Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. I am Please, I'm a...
What?
I'm not a...
It's...
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster. I'd rather not...
As long as you're cautious.
You're not the first...
What can you...
Well, it is all... I'm convinced...
Questions...
True. Well...
Do you want...
Oh, no.
I see. Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical...
Harvey Fiddick is...
What is it?
Fair question.
But... This...
I agree.
Do you think...
All I...
Goodbye, Doc...
Sweet girl.
I'm alright.
Reach me like...
Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, sir.
I don't know if
I see.
I'm Harvey.
Tell...
Are you sure?
Another, sir.
What?
Tell me about...
My wife.
How...
I was...
Tell me more.
19...
What happened?
The German... They...
Goodbye for now.
Sweet girl. Reach me like a book.
Many deaths.
How can we be sure we're making a difference?
Good evening.
No, I don't want to.
I suppose...
Yes.
Could you at least...
Mortimer.
How painful...
So painful.
I'm not...
Yes.
How...
So...
Good
evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. God. I have to go now.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, madam.
It's my son who needs...
I'm Dr. John...
I'm Beatrice Goswick.
What?
No. Yeah. I...
What do you...
I...
Tell me more.
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son, despite the...
She charmed...
Yeah. I...
Goodbye, Mrs.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Never could keep anything from her. We may lack the resources, but we have some of the most brilliant minds in London at Pembroke.
Good evening, sir.
Reed,
Does my...
let us just...
Tell me, wait.
Strickland is...
Are you thinking...
Harvey...
And... What... If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume that...
I'm not the kind of man who runs away.
Tell me, Waverly.
Strickland...
Are you think...
Harvey...
If you... You are going to change your tone with me.
I don't think so. Perhaps you...
Since you're...
We're...
I don't...
Modern...
Be careful. I don't see any...
That's true.
It's... We can... Thank you for your... And good evening. Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Doc.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Yes?
That's all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank you.
met him in New York once.
If only...
Good evening.
Dr. Reed.
You're exhausted.
No. We must...
Nurse Brannigan.
She should not have...
You don't have to blame her for...
I'm not that kind of man, my dear John.
Goodbye, Doctor. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doc.
I'm not familiar.
Brilliant.
Most...
It would be...
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps
If it wasn't for him,
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as...
If you're suggesting...
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but...
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need...
The patients are not fools. They know we are overwhelmed by this...
Good evening, Milk.
Good evening, Doc.
Why do you have such a mediocre...
Fuck them.
I know, it's a
I've seen babies left to die.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
But you... How...
You... Oh. Yes, you go there yourself.
Do you need any medical...
I'm fine, Doc.
Goodbye, Milk.
Yes, Doctor?
That...
I'm quite busy.
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you...
Thank you for...
Fear and disgust on every street corner. Evening.
Soldier.
I'm fine.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? Good evening.
Always a pleasure to meet
a colleague.
Not anymore, sir.
What do you mean? You used to be...
No, sir.
What?
How...
Have we met before?
I don't think so.
When we first...
Funniest... Yes? Big...
What?
Yes. With...
Since you're not afraid,
no. I believe we...
Do you think you would...
I don't think so.
Do you really...
Yeah.
No.
Please show me. Of course.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then... I'm managing a train tunnel.
Steady, boys, we've got one. Wait for this! I'll kill it! Die, beast! What? What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir. You're safe now.
Oh, a fellow Englishman.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, it's a cesspool, but it's mine. I came to collect some overdue rent.
You're very lucky to...
Yeah, filthy immigrant.
You can find safety of sorts in White. Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood. Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
I need blood, Doctor. Warm.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracked.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort.
It was a misunderstanding. These hunters...
I knew it. I have become undone.
If you'll accept some advice from a petty mortal, I think you should assume a low profile and just quietly disappear into the shadow.
You are right. And you have served me well, mortal.
Thank you. I'll keep that proposition in mind. Tell me, Thelma.
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him.
You mean you actually saw a vampire?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my...
You have no...
Why fear the truth?
Do you require my services?
I have no need for your med...
Tell me, Thelma. Do you plan to...
Of course not. How could I...
Would you say you...
No. No, Thomas is a...
Who are you?
Is that not...
I'm curious.
No, sir.
Yes.
You have...
Why fear the...
I'll leave you. It's locked, all right. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody...